Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. Authorities just released recordings of calls made to 911 moments after a gunman opened fire inside a Monterey Park dance studio last month. We'll have the latest just ahead.
I'm Eric Spielman. In Hollywood. Police arrest a man who they say may have been planning a mass shooting from his 18th floor apartment. What he told neighbors, coming up live.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. Amid tensions with China, the U.S. just secured a major deal to increase our military presence in Asia. We'll explain.
Good morning, I'm Sam Rubin. New at 10 o'clock, a major meeting between Lizzo and Lizzo. Wait till she sees her spinning image. We'll tell you about that. And we loved her from the 70s show, the 90s show. Red is here live. Kirkwood Smith on the way.
The year of Marvel once.
Marvel. What is it?
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
You came up with the word. Marvel.
It's the year of magnificence. There we go. I don't know where I was going with that one. Okay, let's go to Big Bear. Now I know where I'm on track. Beautiful weather up in the mountains, 64, 68 downtown Los Angeles. San Fernando, first time we couldn't even spell it. Now we can't even say it. I got to come up with a different word. 69 Orange County, Inland Empire 68, and the high desert up to 60 degrees. Jessica, back to you.
Mark, thank you. New now at 10. This morning, we are hearing the 911 calls that were made during the Monterey Park mass shooting that took the lives of 11 people.
911.
Yeah, I want to report the Monterey Park.
Yes, what's
dance studio.
What's going on, sir?
Somebody using a gun shooting people inside the studio. So we just came out. You better send police here right away. He might start shooting again.
Can you see if anyone's hurt?
I don't know. It happened too fast.
9 other people were wounded when the gunman opened fire at a Lunar New Year's Eve party at the Star Dance Studio. The suspected shooter took his own life the next day as law enforcement closed in on him in Torrance. Police still trying to determine a motive.
The LAPD says fast-thinking neighbors may have prevented a mass shooting in Hollywood. Police have arrested a man accused of making criminal threats. Officers found high-powered assault rifles and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition in his apartment. KTLA's Eric Spillman live in Hollywood with more for us. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Frank. Talk about scary. Police arresting a man who lived on the 18th floor of the building behind me. I'm going to get out of the way so you can see it. It's on Gordon at Sunset. Inside that apartment, they found rifles with scopes aimed out the window at the street below, rifles capable of hitting targets a half a mile away. Plus, this is a man who seemed to be obsessed with mass shootings. At least that's what he told his neighbor, or at least some of his neighbors. We spoke to one resident of the building named Juan, who did not want to appear on camera. He told us he had a run-in with this man at a dog park nearby just a few days ago.
He asked me a question, something in the words of, I wonder how many people I can shoot with my sniper. And then he made a comment about, nice to meet you if I don't end up shooting your dogs.
And that wasn't the only bizarre comment the man made. Other neighbors say he told them he believed he was being followed by the CIA. The man made threats to the security staff at the building and spoke of violence to other residents. That kind of behavior made people worry about his mental state. Some of the neighbors called police, so police got a search warrant. Let me show you what they found inside the man's apartment. They found rifles with scopes, shotguns, several handguns, 1,000 rounds of ammunition. They also found bulletproof vests and camouflage body armor, also high-capacity magazines, which are illegal in California. Some of the rifles were pointed out the window at a dog park and at the street below. Police arrested the man who lives there, 25-year-old Braxton Johnson. He was booked for making criminal threats. He's being held on $500,000 bail. Police say Johnson had all of his weapons loaded, and some of the rifles were on tripods.
I don't have the make and model, obviously, of the rifles, but they were assault rifles, and there was one sniper rifle. So obviously high capacity, high powered rifles with the ability to inflict a lot of damage to a lot of people. From what we're seeing right now, there's a high chance that the officers and obviously security staff and the people who called prevented a mass shooting from happening, yes.
Again, talking to that one neighbor, Juan, who did not want to be seen on camera, he told us that based on his conversation with the man who was arrested, he's pretty sure this guy was planning a mass attack.
He was telling me pretty much talking about snipers, talking about mass shootings. He did mention a song from the rapper XXXTentacion called Mass Shooting. He kept talking about movies that talked about mass shootings as well. So to me, it seemed like he was planning something all along.
Back here live looking at this building, the Lumina Apartments. It's 22 stories tall. In his 18th story apartment, this man had floor-to-ceiling windows with rifles potentially trained on Hollywood Boulevard, Capitol Records building, the 101 freeway. Investigators say the weapons were capable of hitting those targets. Police say the man had just recently moved into the building. They say he is the subject of an investigation somewhere on the East Coast, a violent criminal investigation. But beyond that, they don't have a lot of information about him. We hope to get more later today. We'll send it back to you.
Wow. All right, Eric, thank you for that. Another shooting on a local freeway has taken the life of a father and U.S. Navy veteran. The victim's grieving family pleading for the public's help in finding the killer. Carl Slanoy Jr. was exiting the southbound 405 freeway at La Tejera Saturday night. After having dinner with friends, someone pulled up in another car and opened fire, killing the 28-year-old on the spot. His family says Slanoy had no altercations while at the restaurant. He visited with friends and that there are no other reasons he'd be targeted.
It's heartbreak because he's a good guy. You know, he's been in the Navy. He's, great dad, great son, great big brother. Always has a smile on his face, always laughing. So it was tragic. It was tragic. He's the first in our generation that we've lost.
Slanoy leaves behind 2 children. Anyone with information is asked to contact the CHP.
Lawmakers in Sacramento have introduced a bill to strengthen restrictions on who can carry guns in restrict concealed carry permits to people who are 21 and older. New applicants. The bill would designate certain areas such as schools, bars.
You don't need a gun to go to Dodger Stadium or to your daughter's AYSO soccer game. Make Californians and our children safer when they go out on main streets. You have to be 25 to rent a car. Think about that. You have to be 25 to rent a car. It's reasonable to say you have to be 21 to get a concealed carry permit.
Critics say licensing laws are subjective and unconstitutional. The group Gun Owners of California says it's prepared to challenge the measure if passed by the state legislature and signed into law.
Happening today, LA Mayor Karen Bass will announce $60 million in federal funding to help with the homelessness crisis. The money is from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The mayor's Inside Safe initiative aims to move people off the streets and into housing. She announced yesterday that workers are moving the homeless from encampments in South LA and Delray to temporary housing in motels. They'll eventually transition to permanent housing. Approximately 30 homeless people in Hollywood and nearly 100 in Venice have been placed into temporary housing so far, with more neighborhoods to follow. As of 2022, there were nearly 70,000 homeless people across LA County. The 2023 count was completed last week. The results of that count won't be known for several months.
Punxsutawney Phil was pulled out of his burrow in Pennsylvania this morning for his annual prediction.
All eyes were on the famous groundhog, looking to see if he would see his shadow.
Punxsutawney Phil, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. President, we have a scroll.
We have a scroll.
I see a shadow on my stage. And so, no matter how you measure, it's 6 more weeks of winter weather.
Punxsutawney Phil predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Thousands gathered this morning at Gobbler's Knob to summon Phil from his tree stump, where he did see his shadow. This is the 137th time the Groundhog Day event has taken place. The annual event in Punxsutawney originated from a German legend about a furry rodent. Records show Phil's right about 39% of the time. So
I think Phil's probably tired. He's probably hibernating.
I know.
Yeah.
And they pull him, wake him up,
right out.
and say, make a prediction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think?
You guys tell me.
Yeah.
I'll
you
read
got
it.
the satellites and all
Yeah.
this equipment. How am I supposed? I'm just a rodent.
Exactly.
Okay, 10 minutes after 10 o'clock. Hey, good morning, everybody. Let's get to the weather forecast. It's going to be nice today. Some clouds moving in later on this afternoon and overnight tonight. Slight chance of maybe a light drizzle here or there, but otherwise we're going to be in good shape. 61. It's 1 degree warmer than it was yesterday at this time. Winds from the east-southeast at about 3 miles per hour. The main story for today is that the winds are died down. 68 yesterday, perfect. 88, record set in 1995. The high is slowly going to move out, and as that high continues